Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the TV character deaths that left us distraught, whether from shock, brutality, or other reasons.
The first game is red light, green light.
Number 10, Nicholas Brody, Homeland.
Who Brody is, that's what I'm allowed to know. But what he did, there can't be no debate.
A complex and conflicted former soldier and prisoner of war, Nicholas Brody was originally intended to die early on in the show. However, it wasn't until season 3 that he met his end. After assassinating the head of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, Brody is sentenced to execution. Most of the crowd cheers as he's slowly hung.
Carrie, it's over.
No.
Yeah. Not even the almighty Saul can stop it now.
However, his handler, Carrie, calls out to him, letting him know she's there. Her distress is contagious and our hearts go out to her, having to watch the father of her unborn child die like that. For many viewers, Homeland died along with Brody. Number 9, Rita Morgan, Dexter. Grisly deaths are the order of the day in a show where the protagonist is a serial killer. But this one left Dexter and the audience shell-shocked. Dexter's latest and arguably greatest victim, the Trinity Killer, has some parting words for him before he dies. It's already over.
I accept nothing. Nothing is inevitable. It's already over.
Dexter doesn't discover what he means until he gets home, ready to go on a trip with his wife Rita. Tragically, he discovers that Trinity had murdered Rita before Dexter got to him. Their young son Harrison being left amid the carnage only adds an extra layer of heartbreak. Rita always helped Dexter find the best parts of himself, and losing her was like the heart of the show and the character being cut out.
I'm a dope. I was in such a rush to get Harrison organized I forgot my ID for the plane. So I'm zooming home for it. Means we'll be on a later puddle jumper, but we'll still be there waiting for you.
Number 8, Warren Mirs, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. When teenagers fight vampires and other supernatural foes, things get bloody frequently. However, one of the most disturbing deaths in Buffy comes at the hands of one of the heroes. After wannabe big bad Warren Mirs accidentally kills Willow's girlfriend Tara, the young witch embraces dark magic to unleash a rampage in pursuit of revenge.
Irritite.
Catching up with Warren, Willow proceeds to force a bullet through Warren's body, torturing him and sewing his mouth shut. And just when the rest of the Scoobies arrive to convince her to stop, she removes Warren's skin in an instant. It's one of the show's most graphic deaths, and the usually sweet Willow being the one to do it is especially unnerving.
You don't want that. I know you're in pain, but...
Bored now.
Number 7, Opie Winston, Sons of Anarchy.
Boys okay?
Yeah.
You find out what's going on?
Pope wants one of us dead.
Even going out like a hero can be traumatic. When a kingpin demands that Sam Crow's young head Jax Teller sacrifice one of his members while in prison, he's torn on who to choose. Rather than see his friend forced to make that terrible choice, Opie Winston makes it for him. Forced to fight for his life, Opie doesn't go down easily.
Roman!
However, he can't win against the numbers the opposite gang has and is eventually beaten to death, while his friends watch. It's a brutal, powerful death that looms large over both the show and the fandom. Number 6, Poose Washington, Orange is the New Black. Prison in general can be rough, and dying while inside is more common than it should be. Still, this one caught everyone off guard.
Inmate.
Please. Let me sleep for 20 minutes. This is inhumane.
During a protest in the cafeteria, Poose tries to calm things down when guards try to take the unstable Suzanne to the psych ward. Poose is then restrained improperly, with Bailey putting his weight on her lungs. Unable to breathe or get their attention in the chaos of the moment, Poose suffocates. It's a tragic, preventable death that leaves her friends, especially Tasty, distraught. And given that it calls to mind real-world examples of police brutality, this death feels especially visceral. Number 5, Gustavo Fring, Breaking Bad. Even villains can meet upsetting ends. Gus Fring is locked in a battle of wills with protagonist Walter White. However, Walt hatches a plan with Gus's old enemy Hector Salamanca. The aging cartel gangster pretends to cooperate with the DEA to lure Gus to his nursing home.
A crippled little rata. What a reputation to leave behind.
It isn't until the last moment before he kills Hector that Gus realizes something is wrong. As Hector rings his bell, Gus realizes too late that Walt has rigged it with an explosive. As satisfying as it is to see Walt finally defeat Gus, it's equally upsetting to see the state of Gus's body after the fact. Face-offs aren't usually quite so literal. Number 4, Chrissy Cunningham, Stranger Things.
Chrissy, hello? Hey, Chrissy.
The horror inspiration is pretty clear throughout this throwback 80s sci-fi show, but this scene takes it to a whole other level. Chrissy Cunningham has been seeing things, and upon visiting Eddie Munson to buy drugs to take the edge off, she experiences something worse.
Chrissy.
Brought into a trance by the monstrous Vecna, Chrissy is terrorized by him and his mindscape. Back in reality, Eddie is traumatized by the sight of Vecna psychically breaking Chrissy's body piece by piece until she dies. The sadism and brutality of the death is enough to turn the stomach. Number 3, Noah, The Walking Dead. While on a supply run, Glenn, Noah, and Nicholas are trapped in a revolving door when trying to leave an unfinished mall. With walkers to both sides, it seems hopeless for all three of them. Thankfully, Eugene swings by and creates a distraction, luring the undead outside away. But that brief hope is soon dashed. Glenn's attempt to break the glass leads a panicking Nicholas to escape on his own.
Hey! Hey! Over here! Come get me! Come get me! Come on!
By opening the gap on his side, he leaves enough space for walkers to grab Noah. The poor guy is quickly devoured and torn apart by the zombie horde in uncomfortably graphic detail. There are upsetting deaths aplenty in this zombie apocalypse series, but this one is downright horrific.
Oh my God.
Number 2, Half the Players, Squid Game. When mass strangers drug you and bring you to an island to play games with a ton of money on the line, things aren't likely to end well.
사고 맞네. 야, 너 어떻게 된 거야? 네가 여기 왜 있어? 며칠 전에 너네 가게 갔었는데 너네 엄마가 너 해외 출장 갔다고 하던데.
The various indebted contestants are disarmed at first as they play a game of red light, green light with a robotic little girl. But then the guy in the lead wobbles a little as he stops and is promptly shot. As more players drop, the room turns to panic, and over 200 people, half of the players, are quickly massacred.
324번 탈락.
병신 걸렸네.
Even the survivors aren't much better off, as many more are picked off on the way to the finish line. It's a bloody, vicious introduction to the cutthroat nature of the Squid Games. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Oberin Martell, Game of Thrones. When it comes to appalling deaths in this grim fantasy series, we're spoiled for choice.
Man, Tyrion Lannister. May the mother grant them mercy. May the father give them such justice as they deserve. And may the warrior guide the hand of our champion.
And yet this one still makes us shudder. In a trial by combat for Tyrion's life, Oberin Martell faces Gregor Clegane, aka the Mountain. The Dornish prince acquits himself well against the Massive Knight. But Oberyn doesn't just want to win, he wants a confession from the Mountain about the fate of his sister and her kids. Unfortunately, he strays too close and is brought down by his wounded enemy. Clegane knocks out Oberyn's teeth, gouges out his eyes, and squashes his head like a watermelon. Oberyn's lover Illaria's reaction really says it all.
Who gave you the order? Who gave you the order? Say her name!
Is there a gruesome TV death that still haunts you? We'll never get bored of reading your favorites in the comments.
It's not like in the comics.
No. No.
I think you need to.